my name is Katie Weatherup and I'm a shamanic practitioner, and I'm really excited about a new 8-month chakra intensive program that I want to offer. So I want to share a little bit more about why I want to offer such intensive work on behalf of the chakra system. And there are a couple of reasons. So for me, obviously the having these wheels of light, these major energy centers of our body, really healthy and clear and vibrant and working properly, promotes a really healthy, vibrant energy body, which just feels good in its own right. It's just a wonderful, wonderful feeling. But on top of that, the chakra system is really a map for all the different aspects of life. And so as a shamanic practitioner, when a client comes to me and they're having issues with money or communication or relationship or career or what's my soul purpose, I can track a lack of health or well-being or vibrance or full development in a chakra to the situation. And while some people try to move circumstances externally, what I find is it's really helpful to align ourselves to be vibrating and healthy internally, and then there's a little bit of tweaking in the external world. Maybe there's an interface issue or some additional skill, but it ends up being very, very much easier to switch circumstances if you align the energy body around health. And so what's cool about the chakra system is it provides this map that deals with all the aspects that create really yummy, juicy, happy, good lives for us as people. So we really do want to have it all. We want to have safety and security. We want to have passion and creativity. We want to be honored for who we are in the world. We want to have these yummy, sweet heart connections, really loving interactions. We want to be received in our communication and have our words heard and represented. We want to have a vision of our lives and a delight of something that goes beyond the present moment. And we want to live a life that's congruent with the soul that we are, that's having this human experience. And I find that giving up any of those areas really reduces quality of life. And living in a society where there's, a smaller percentage of people that concern themselves with chakras compared to, say, the people who concern themselves with iPhones, we don't live in a society that really nourishes the energy body, and we don't live in a society that really diagnoses when there's an issue with it. At the point of diagnosis, it's usually something that has spiraled into a medical condition, and I and other shamanic practitioners are all about heading off a medical diagnosis before it even manifests in the physical. And so what I find is, humans are remarkably resilient. So there's this really important aspect of who we are, this energy body, that isn't getting fed properly. And yet people, still make their way through the world. And it's similar if we go back to previous centuries or other parts of the world that aren't as privileged as first world countries, or people having a different experience, and they're children who grow up malnourished. They cannot get the right food and enough food to really have their body grow properly. And the amazing resiliency of people is they still survive, they still grow into adulthood. The human system is really adaptable and resilient, and even when it doesn't get the right things to thrive, there's still such a life force principle that that we adapt, that we compensate, that maybe we just don't build as big of bones, or those kind of things. And similarly, few of my clients really had the right environment to allow their chakras to develop to their full potential, to develop really vibrant and clear and bright and healthy. And some of us have done some work in our adult lives, and with very good results. My quality of life has, improved dramatically with understanding the chakras and having them be really healthy. But part of what I want to provide is going back and taking care of whatever deficits there are. So whatever nutrition and support you didn't get, I want to have the opportunity to create a field in shamanic reality. So there'll be a space in my sacred garden that provides ongoing support. And the cool thing about this 8th month program is in going with the 7 main chakras in my tradition. There are chakras all over the body, energy centers, but these are the really central energy centers that I'm working with. We have the opportunity to give a whole month to each chakra, and I'll be doing shamanic journey work, and you'll have this support of the guides, and it's a really extended program where you just go on with your life. I'll give you some homework if you want to do it, but it's going to be 100% optional. So you just go on with your day, with your experiences. Meanwhile, in the background, there's this support and energy going to supporting a transformation and an opening of the chakra and a feeding of the chakra. Sometimes when we do energetic work, the chakra is so hungry it just absorbs it as nutrients, much as if you gave somebody a handful of corn who was starving, they'd eat it. But if they weren't starving, they might be able to have it and plant seeds and grow more corn. And neither one is wrong. It's just that having that month allows the chakra to really get fed and filled up and have energy left over to transform and grow and actualize. And wherever you are on the journey, this could be the first time you've heard the word chakra, or you could be a pro. The journey, the way the space works, the way the guides work, is you're being held at whatever level is appropriate for you. So whether you're a really advanced practitioner or whether you're new to this will help your chakras to transform and grow at whatever level is correct for you. It doesn't have to be dialed in as 101 if you're an advanced person. The guides are very good at calibrating what's right for each person. And so I know we're talking about 7 chakras, and I said an 8th month journey. The 8th month is about weaving them all together, because a lot of people have their chakras not playing for the same team. So the heart is like, I want to get love, and the ego's like, yeah, but not with people who have really poor boundaries and a lot of issues. And the solar plexus is saying not so into that. So there's often this war, this argument. People who are really spiritually inclined can often identify this as their soul being really drawn to certain kinds of expression and being in argument with the practicality of, hey, livelihood is good. And if you get those two playing for the same team, there's a lot more flow. So you're not meeting the vital needs of any one aspect of your life in a way that makes it worse for other aspects. And so that's part of the final month. We get these chakras all fed and nurtured and allowed to bloom and grow and cleanse and have all these activations. I would argue that just like using only a small percentage of our brain, we only use a small percentage of what these magnificent light centers are capable of providing. We don't live in a society that teaches us how to develop that. And so once we have the individual chakras in this amazing, upgraded, open, expansive, dynamic kind of place, then we get them all playing for the same team. So they're all interconnected and working together. So I hope you'll consider joining me. The program is very much designed to be work done by me and by the guides on your behalf. So it doesn't have to have a lot of your overhead of your time. There's that option if you want to play more with it, yay. There are lots of different ways you can do that. But I do want to invite that this can result in some really deep transformation. So it's always, I always set intent that it be really gentle, because I don't want to break the things that are authentically working in your life, while at the same time offering possibilities for more easeful ways, upgrades, more opportunity and more options. But there's a rather profound transformation that I have this vision of making available through this work. And so I'm setting it at hopefully what's a very accessible price point. And so even though it doesn't necessarily require a huge commitment of your day-to-day time for these 8 months, just be aware that this is some profound work that can be moving in the background, and make sure that feels yummy to you. Make sure that feels like a cool, delicious offer. There may be some, little bit of the ego going, I don't know what this will be about. That's okay. That's really normal. But I just want to offer this invitation. So thank you so much for listening. My name is Katie Weatherup, and you can learn more about me and my work at my website, which is handsoverheart.com.